participants are muted. Good afternoon, sir. Shall we start the webinar, sir? Anusha ma'am join பண்ணிட்டாங்களா?
Yeah, ma'am, joined, ma'am.
Welcome, doctor. Welcome, Dr. Anusha Cherian.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon. Welcome. Thanks. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, Anusha. And
Good afternoon.
hi, Kayal ma'am. Hi, welcome.
Hi, Rajini. Hi, ma'am. Welcome. Anusha, ma'am. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shall we start, ma'am? It's already 3. Everyone joined, ma'am.
2 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Let me hear from our director, sir. Please wait.
Okay.
Hello, good afternoon, Uma.
Hi, Uma.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon to all, ma'am. Mani, ma'am. Good afternoon. Rajini, ma'am.
How are you, Uma?
Hi, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Yeah, all right, Ra. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, ma'am. Happy New Year to all.
Kyle, ma'am, have we restricted to 100 participants?
No. They can come in, log in.
I think after 100, my students are unable to join. Some of them have already joined.
Kanchana?
No, she's Mani, please wait. Just now, Sir is also telling the same. We are verifying from the technical team.
Yes, ma'am. But there is no restriction, no, ma'am. I can
There
ask
is no
try
restriction.
again.
We can
No,
hold
no.
300. 300. உமா கொஞ்சம் அது பாருங்களேன் என்னன்னு.
I'll just.
Monday.
சாராலையும் ஜாயின் பண்ண முடியல இப்போ.
சார் ஏன் ஜாயின் பண்ண முடியல? டைரக்டர் சார்.
இதோ பாக்குறோம், அதுதான் பாக்குறோம்.
Ma'am, it shows that this meeting has reached a maximum of 100 participants. Please try again later.
இல்ல.
To show it.
அதுதான் மணி இது பண்றாங்க. இது ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
Okay, okay.
சார்
I shared the screen to you, ma'am. Almel ma'am, I shared the screen to you.
okay, Mani, please spare us few minutes. We can
No problem.
understand, but
No
there is some technical issue. We'll set it right within a minute and we'll be
Yeah,
there.
and I'll tell the students to join back.
Yeah, please. Uma,
சிம்பிள் தானே அதுக்குல அதை கண்டுபிடிச்சு மட்டும் அப்ப மட்டும் நினைக்கிறான் அதானே வந்த அவன் பாட்டு நீ பேசவே கூடாதுன்னா அவளாம் நல்ல கூட இருக்கா அது இந்த வாடி
Few minutes, ma'am.
நீங்க வந்த அப்புறம்தான்க்கா இப்படி நான் டயட்டாக்கா இருக்கும்போது பாத்துக்கிறேன். நான் இந்த மாதிரிலாம் ஸ்ட்ரிக்டா எல்லாம் இருந்ததே கிடையாது. எப்படி சொல்றது, அங்க போயிட்டு தினமும் எல்லாம் செக் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. அந்த
I request the participants to kindly mute yourself.
கொடுத்துட்டான்.
They are removing me.
Participants, we are unable to accommodate all of you now. So I am trying to remove few so that our director of the institution will be able to join. So please confine yourself from joining, and we are in the process of admitting everyone. So please, so that we can start the program now.
Ma'am,
Already we are
in
15
chat
minutes
box
late.
also we share the YouTube link, ma'am. They can join in YouTube also.
And that is fine.
Okay, now we have to admit our director who is unable to join and who is waiting.
Okay, ma'am, I will admit.
நான் வெளியில போயிடுறேன், அவரை ஜாயின் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க.
No,
நான்
no,
வெளியில
Samatha,
போயிட்டுமா?
you be here.
அவர்
Some of the
ஸ்டார்டிங் பட்டன்
students.
போட்டுட்டே இருக்காரு சார்.
இல்ல ma'am, the problem is like we are removing participants, but continuously they are joining. We'll just have a look, ma'am. Other participants will ask them to join through you.
Girls, please move yourself. Sir. Girls, first MSCs, நாங்க உங்களை திரும்ப ஜாயின் பண்றோம். 4 பேர் கொஞ்சம் தயவு செய்து கொஞ்சம் வெளியில போங்கடா. நம்ம டைரக்டர் ஜாயின் பண்றதுக்காக எனேபிள் பண்ணுங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் MSCs சார் தோ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் சார்.
அந்த யூடியூப் லிங்க் வந்து
நீங்க ஜாயின் நீங்க பண்றதுக்கு சார், நீங்க அப்படியே ஜாயின் பண்றதுக்கு வாங்கலாம் சார். நாங்க இது பண்றோம், அப்ப நீங்க டக்குன்னு ஜாயின் பண்ணிருங்க சார். உங்களுக்கு எனேபிள் தான் சார். இப்ப ஜாயின் பண்ணலாம் சார். நீங்க
It shows 100 now. Uma?
திரும்ப
98.
100 வராங்க பாருமா. காஞ்சனா, நீ 300ன்னு சொன்ன காஞ்சனா, என்ன காஞ்சனா? இப்ப ஏதாவது பண்ணு.
Yeah, ma'am. Technical person also told 300.
அப்புறம் ஏன் இப்ப
Now no, the first thing we have to admit, sir.
ஆமா, சார்
Start the
அட்மிட்
program.
பண்ணுங்க. கேர்ள்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மிஸ் ஒரு 4 பேர் வெளியில போங்களேன் ப்ளீஸ். நாங்க திரும்ப உங்களை அட்மிட் பண்றோம்.
Ma'am, now it is showing 98. Sir can join.
No,
அப்படி
100.
சொல்ற டைம்க்குள்ள 100 பேர் வந்துட்டாங்க உமா. சார் ஜாயின் பண்ணுங்க சார் ப்ளீஸ்.
Okay, madam. Okay, okay, madam. Madam, is it audible now? Madam, is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
We'll start the program, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
madam.
sir,
we'll start.
it is audible.
Okay, madam. We'll start, madam.
Okay, sir.
Sir, பாத்துக்கலாம்.
Okay, sir. We'll start, sir. Okay, I'm extremely sorry for the
Okay.
technical glitch which never happened. And without wasting much time, I would like to now welcome all of you for this celebration of National Dietetics Day that is being organized by PG Department of Home Science, Kanchi Mamunivar Government Institute for Postgraduate Studies and Research, a college with potential for excellence that has been re-accredited with B grade and which has been placed in 50th rank in All India ranking NIRF. Along with IAPN India, Indian Association for Parenteral and Enteral Nutrition Puducherry chapter. A warm welcome to each one of you on this observation of National Dietetics Day. Together we gather to celebrate and acknowledge the invaluable contributions of dietitians and nutritionists who play a pivotal role in promoting health and well-being of our society. It is both an honor and privilege to welcome you all under the theme that resonates deeply with our collective aspirations for a healthier and wealthier India. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our beloved and respected director, Dr. Selvaraj sir, whose unwavering support and leadership have made this event possible. His vision for academic excellence and holistic development has been a guiding force for our institution, and the Department of Home Science, which is an infantile stage in this institute, we have just now been transferred from the esteemed institution, Bharatanagar Government College for Women, and he is now our backbone. On all our behalf, I deeply welcome you, sir, for this webinar. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our esteemed speaker, Ms. Manimeglai. Your dedication in the field of dietetics is well known, and your willingness to share your expertise with us today is deeply commendable. Welcome you on behalf of our Kanchi Mamunivar Institute, our own department, and my own behalf. I welcome Dr. Biju sir, who is the National Vice President, who has sent his warm greetings and wishes. I welcome Dr. Anusha Cherian, the Honorary President of IAPN Puducherry chapter. I also welcome Secretary Ms. Uma Shankari, Dietitian JIPMA, who always been a support and guide for the success of any event that is being conducted. I extend my warm welcome to all the head of the departments and faculty members of Kanchi Mamunivar institutions and the other institute of Puducherry and across the nation. To make this event possible, a dedicated organizing team, our faculty members, Department of Home Science, Dr. Kailvari Balamurugan, Dr. Sujita Somakruba, and Dr. Rajini Chalonian, is been working tirelessly along with the IAPN Puducherry team and Ms. Kanchana, who is going to moderate this program, but I have not allowed her to start the program. I have started due to lack of time. So I acknowledge all their hard work and commitment and support, and welcome you all to promoting this awareness on the role of dietitians. As we embark on this educational journey today, I encourage all participants to engage actively and share your thoughts and insights. The success of this webinar does not lie in knowledge imparting alone, but with the active participation and collaboration of all those present. So I request you to kindly mute yourself and be a very good listener. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let us strive to make ourselves healthy and fit as well as the community. Thank you and welcome you all once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, sorry for the technical issue. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Kailvari Balamurugan, ma'am, ET member, IAPN India Puducherry chapter, Assistant Professor, Kanjima Munivar Government Institute, Postgraduate Studies and Research, Puducherry, to introduce our director, sir, for presidential and inaugural address. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everybody. It gives me immense pleasure. Kanchana, please share the slide. Please, participants, unmute yourself. Thank you. Am I audible? And the slide is
Yes, ma'am.
visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. M. Selvaraj sir. He is the director and associate professor in the Faculty of Commerce, Kanji Mamunivar Government Institute for Postgraduate Studies and Research. Sir is a great academician, able administrator, dynamic person, team builder. He is a seeker, facilitator, change maker, coach. He is experience and expertise he has got experience and expertise in many fields. Sir has produced 3 MPhils and 3 PhDs and presently guiding 2 PhD scholars, besides being a research guide for PhD programs, being equally engaged in teaching with expertise of more than 3 decades, specializing in banking, finance, taxation, accounting, marketing, and computer applications in statistics and taxes. Sir has published many research articles. Few of his articles in recent past years, I'm going to mention it here, published more than 10 academic articles in the most reputed UGC care-listed journals. And Sir has organized many national and international conferences, seminars, and few important events to quote here are National Level E-Workshop on Research Methods 2020, One-Day Workshop on SPS 25 version 2019, and Faculty Development Program in 2018. These are the landmark programs which have happened recently. He has attended a number of conferences, seminars, workshops, etc. Recent workshops to quote here are Workshop on Recent Advancement in Higher Education for College Principals, which had happened in 2018, Personality Development and Career Guidance, Career Planning in 2017, Gender Equity through Women Empowerment 2017. Sir has also chaired as a resource person in many national and international conferences, served as external examiners. Recently, he chaired the workshop conducted by SRM College on topics What is Next After 12 and the importance of statistical software in research. Chaired a public viva as the external examiner at Madurai Kamaraj University on 7th December 2023. This list is, it is lengthy, very lengthy, but here what I mentioned here are the credentials of recent years for the past 3 to 4 years. On top, he is a very good human. He always motivates and extends his guidance and support to his faculty members and students. Over to you, sir. We are very happy to have you, sir.
Thank you, ma. Is it audible? Is it audible, ma? Is it
Yes, sir.
audible?
Yes, sir,
Yes.
you are audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very good afternoon to all. Okay, madam. Mangai, madam, you proceed, madam, further.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Madam, shall we move further? Okay.
Yes,
Shall
sir.
we proceed
Please,
further?
sir.
Yes, ma'am. Very
Please,
good
sir.
afternoon
Please,
to
sir.
all. On behalf of our institution and my own behalf, I first of all congratulate the Madam Dr. Mankai and her dedicated faculty team, Madam Kayalvili, Madam Rajini, Madam and other student friends, and the dignitaries from the association for organizing this one-day webinar on role of dietitian and nutritionist for public health issues. I really feel happy that it is the first Webinar is being organized in our college from the year 2024. So I really congratulate you all. Okay, this topic is very relevant today because after COVID, we are witnessing so many unexpected death due to various known and unknown reasons. Recently, a 27 years old of a person, he died of heart attack while playing cricket in the ground. We don't know the exact reasons. Whether it may be due to COVID impact or not, we don't know. We are not a professional. We are not in a position to say exactly the cause and reasons for such things. But anyway, it needs concern. It needs a concern. But what we are thinking about is basically after opening of our Indian economy in 1990s, we opened our culture also. The Western culture entered into India. Western culture in the sense the changing food pattern, changing lifestyle. These are all resulted in obesity. Madam, is it audible?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it audible? Yes, yes. Due to this change in the lifestyle, it resulted in increasing the various types of behavioral disorders, including the diabetics, hypertension, and all other, even renal failure, even heart disease, etc. So these things we brought ourselves because whenever you have any action, it has equal and opposite reactions. We opened our economy for economic progress, but at the cost of cultural demotivation. Cultural, we can say that word called demotivation. But anyway, it is the order of the day, no other option. We have to open our economy. We have to accept all the ill wills and we have to set right over the period of time. Here only the role of dietitian and nutritionist come to play because they can contribute significantly to ensure a balanced diet to suit the needs of the individuals, in a changing behavior. You see that nowadays people are going to have during night also they are going to eat biryani, chicken biryani, mutton biryani after 1 o'clock, after 2 o'clock. So it is not a culture, Indian culture. It is like now only it is started growing and it is a serious concern. Mainly the obesity, overweight, and the important problems, hypertension, diabetics, renal failures, heart failures. These are all maybe due to malnutrition or undernutrition. But a country like India, the affordability is taken into consideration when you want to ensure the right nutrition to the common man, because our population is the highest population when compared with the universe, where we have to see the cost of giving that nutritional food to every individuals. India has an advantage of demographic dividend nowadays because more younger generations are in India now compared with other country. It is a major advantage for us, but to get the benefit, the energy of these individuals, energy of this youth has to be developed and it has to be utilized in time. Otherwise, it will become a waste. That is why this today webinar is very much useful for us to know the do's and don'ts, how to improve our health, to improve our energy at the level of the lowest cost of things. That will be the prime aim of this today webinar. Moreover, we have to see the affordability of the common people. Not only the physical hygiene or physical healthiness, even mental healthiness is taken into consideration. Recently, 4-month boy was killed by his own mother. Recently in Goa, 3 days back, 4 years child simply murdered by his own mother. When you see the reasons, it is astonishing. What he obsessed is that if he is hand over his son to his husband will give trouble to him. He is a very cruel man in nature. Like that, she confessed. Actually, it is in the court of law. We can't say anything in detail. But thing is, actually, marriage is mutual dependent and mutual understanding. It is now lacking. It is a very serious issue. Why it is lacking? Maybe due to lack of adequate food. Because our mind is not trained in such a way. Our mind is completely collapsed with various factors which is known to us or unknown to us. So the really feel happy that today topic is highly relevant to the entire younger generation, for which I am really thankful to all the organizers, all the dignitaries of the association, and especially our Department of Home Science, PG Department of Home Science, Madam, and the students for their wonderful work in a short span of time to organizing such a wonderful seminar. With this, I extend my sincere thanks to everybody, warm greetings to everybody. I am very happy to inaugurate this wonderful session, especially the special speaker. She is also ready to talk about these things in short span of time. And with the advance happy Pongal wishes, I would like to hand over the event to Madam. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Kanchana,
sir.
please.
Happy Pongal, sir.
Happy Pongal, ma. Happy Pongal.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Rajini ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Home Science, Kanjama Munivar Government Institute for Postgraduate Studies and Research to introduce our Honorable Vice President for Felicitation Address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Kanchana. Good afternoon, one and all. It is an immense pleasure that I'm given an opportunity to invite Dr. Anusha Cherian, Professor, Anesthesiology and Critical Care, and Jawaharlal Nehru. She is at present working at JIPMER, Pondicherry. She has completed her UG and PG in JIPMER, and she's very specialized in the field of anesthesiology. And she has received, it's very important to say that she has received honors in 3 subjects, physiology, pathology, and surgery during her UG, and stood first in the university examinations for master's course in anesthesiology in the year 2007. She is University Gold Medal for outstanding performance in ND in Pondicherry University, and so she is a nodal officer for critical care hospital block in JIPMER. She's a course coordinator in DM in critical care JIPMER. She's a member secretary of the ICU group of ICU policies in JIPMER. So many aspects to say, and she's done wonderful research publications. She's done around 20 research publications, and her nearly almost she's having 5 ongoing research studies, and as well as you can say that she's having 30 articles in peer-reviewed journals, and she's participated as speaker in various conferences, CMEs, and in workshops. I'm very happy to invite you, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for that introduction. Am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
I'm very happy to give this felicitation address. Good afternoon to the esteemed faculty and all delegates who are attending today, and greetings on the occasion of the Dietetics Day. And welcome to this session themed on the role of dietitians and nutritionists in public health issues, which is organized jointly by the Kanchi Mamanivar Government Institute for Postgraduate Studies and Research and the IAPEN Puducherry chapter. I'm indeed honored to be a part of this association, which is a non-profitable charitable association which aims to raise awareness across the society on the importance of nutrition at the community as well as hospital level. And as we all know, nutrition is, like Sir also has mentioned, is one of the most important aspects of health. As they say, we are what we eat. So IAPN is an organization as an organization, it brings together various states through their core groups, associates with various international nutrition societies, and collaborates with government and non-government organizations to bring out position papers, advices, resources with the core aim of assisting nutritional care in health and in disease. So we bring together professionals of various disciplines like nutritionists, dietitians, pharmacists, doctors, nurses, community leaders, with the primary aim of improving nutritional care to a wider community. And in this endeavor, we reach out to all the healthcare and community health leaders, care professionals to train themselves and ensure that nutrition becomes everybody's responsibility, and we work towards a more healthy and nutritionally aware community as such. So with that, I hand over this to the next to the organizers. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now again, I'm inviting Dr. Rajni ma'am to introduce our Honorable Secretary IAP in India Puducherry chapter for introduction of Dietetics Day.
Ma'am, kindly unmute.
Am I to invite Uma, you? Is it Kanchana?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. It's my honor once again to welcome Mrs. Uma Shankari, Assistant Dietitian, JIPMA, Puducherry. She's the registered dietitian. She's having 18 years of experience in the field of clinical nutrition. And she has completed her ESP, EN, LLL live modules on nutrition in renal disorders, cancer, gastrointestinal disorder, and critical illness. She has been doing various activities. She's conducting various nutrition awareness programs, induction programs in colleges, in schools, and she's been organizing various seminars and national conferences. She's a national executive member for Indian Dietetic Association Puducherry chapter, and she's a secretary of IAPN. And she's been doing innumerable awareness programs, and very happy to have you here, Mrs. Uma. Welcome you to the event.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. I first of all thank the organizers for organizing such a good, very well organized program. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's really a great pleasure to connect to all during this special occasion of Dietetics Day. Dietetics Day is celebrated on every 10th every year, 10th January, and it is being planned by framed by Indian Dietetic Association. The main aim of this program, main aim of the celebrating the Dietetics Day is to create a awareness regarding the our specialization. Previously, many people were not much aware about the specialization, and recently we are making more and more credits, and we are working for that. And this year the theme is role of dietitian and nutritionist in public health issue. As we all know, nutrition plays a major role in health and development of an individual. Better nutrition is related to improved infant, child, and maternal health, stronger immune system, safe pregnancy and childbirth, low risk of non-communicable diseases, and longevity. Malnutrition is you can say everywhere. Malnutrition is in every form, present significant threat to human health. Today, the world faces a double burden of malnutrition, that is both undernutrition and obesity. There are multiple forms of malnutrition, including undernutrition, inadequate vitamin and minerals, which is known as hidden malnutrition, overweight, obesity, and resulting in all diet-related non-communicable diseases. As everyone is aware that prevention is better than cure, one part of the world is suffering from poverty and food shortage, and the other part has lots of exposure to different types of foods, and we are landing up in obesity. So it becomes a major role of a qualified dietitians. It's a qualified dietitian and the nutritionist who can give a better awareness to the public. Because recently we people are facing many problems with the people who are not qualified in this subject, but they are giving counselings and other nutritional support, which is a major issue we are facing, and people are being misguided in each and every area. So it is always better that we dietitians and nutritionists come out and educate try to educate the public, though we are more concerned with the clinical issues, clinical part, but it becomes a major role of the dietitians, qualified dietitians, to guide the public so that we can prevent the disease causing issues, because we are being exposed from the childhood, we are being exposed, and we are exposed to different medias where we are misled by different attractive advertisements regarding food, and we are just following whatever is being said in the media. So it is our responsibility to create an awareness among the general public, and I'm really happy that this year theme is based on that, and we always try our level best to educate and create awareness to how to choose a right food in a early childhood, and in also so that we can prevent diseases, mostly the non-communicable diseases, which is very common. As sir said previously, 22-year-old is having a heart attack. So it's all because of the lifestyle issues, and we people who are educated or qualified in this field should come forward to create an awareness among the public so that we can prevent. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Now again I'm inviting Dr. Kalvari Balamurugan ma'am to introduce our guest, Ms. Mani Meghale ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Kanchana, kindly share the slide.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's visible, ma'am?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay.
I'm happy to introduce today's guest speaker, Mrs. Mani Meghale. She has graduated from BSc BSc Nutrition and Dietetics from Sitalakshmi Ramaswamy College, and MSc in FSMD and research degree in FSMD from Avinashlingam Institute for Home Science and Higher Education for Women, Deemed University, Coimbatore. She is currently having a position as Senior Lecturer and in charge, Department Quality Manager, Department of Dietetics, Christian Medical College, that is CMC, Vellore. Ma'am has got 2 decades of work experience in clinical nutrition and dietetics. She conducts regional level nutrition workshops regularly. Madam is a member and a registered dietitian of Indian Dietetic Association and convener of Netrofen Vellore chapter, and an invited member for FSSAI meetings held by Vellore Corporation Food and Drug Department. She is a UGC NET qualified professional and external member in Board of Studies Committee for Home Science in a DKM College Vellore and Thiruvalluvar University Vellore, and co-opted member of Board of Studies of Avinashlingam Home Science Deemed University Coimbatore in the year 2020-22. She serves as the resource faculty for national workshops and seminars. She is actively involved in the academic activities, faculty for master's and bachelor's degree and diploma courses for allied health sciences and nursing at CMC Vellore. Faculty for postgraduate diploma in family medicine and postgraduate diploma in geriatric medicine for recent MBBS graduates. She always actively engages herself in community nutritional activities, outreach programs. As a co-author for many PG doctors' research theses, she has published 22 articles in a peer-reviewed journals. She also served as an author in manuals and textbooks, etc. She is an eminent and experienced quality manager, and she takes care of her department. She is a quality manager of the Department of Dietetics. Her core area of interest is pediatric nutrition. Madam is a recipient of Best Paper Award in 2018, bestowed with Best Paper Award for importance of plate waste assessment in a hospital kitchen. During the month of August 2018, received from Rula International Awards. And also, she received award that is bestowed with Best Paper Award for importance of good nutrition during hospitalization. The honor issued by, again, Rula International Awards. Madam Mani Meghale is a role model for our budding nutritionists and dietitians. She is a role model, and we are very happy to have you, Dr. Mani Meghale, here. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope I'm audible.
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes, yes, yes.
At the outset, I would like to, express my deep gratitude for the invitation from my beloved professor, Dr. Almelu Mangai Madam. And I express my thanks to Dr. M. Selvaraj, the director of Kanchi Mamunivar Government Institute for PG Studies and Research. Sir, you have done half of my work. So I don't have anything left out to, talk to the students. And Miss Oma have done the rest actually. So I think my talk is going to be really, very, very easy for the students to understand. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Biju, Dr. Anusha, the key members of, IAPN and the organizing committee headed by Almelu ma'am, my mentor, along with Dr. Kayal madam, Dr. Chuchita madam, Dr. Rajni madam for this wonderful invitation. Thank you so much. It's my immense pleasure to be part of your college and IAPN Puducherry chapter. Now let's move into the topic. When Almelu madam called me, I was a bit reluctant to pick up this topic because we work in a hospital and, clinically we treat the patient. We do, do a lot of outreach programs, but how am I going to start and end this, session? This was there in my mind, but yet I have just taken up and it's a great learning for me as well to prepare for this session. Thank you, ma'am, for this opportunity. Now, I would like to share my slides for the students. Is it seen by everyone?
Yeah, ma'am, it's visible.
Yes.
Thank you. So these are some of the pondering points of the day's session. We will be learning about what do you mean by public health, and what are the public health issues prevailing in India, and what is the disease burden of India, the current disease burden, and why it had happened, and how the dietary habits of Indians have been transformed in a different way, and the role of community dietitian in solving this public health issues. Many a time, since it's a student population, many of us think that the dietitians will work primarily in a hospital or in a food service setting. With the increased, as Director Sir said, with the increased consumer interest in healthy eating and advent of information technology, the role of dietitian has evolved beyond this. So we need to play a very prominent role in spreading the right information to the community, because this vast development in the technology made every one of the public to get into the forum, and then there are many blogs and vlogs which will not get the right information. So it is the responsibility of every one of the dietitians in the community to spread the right message to the public. Dietitians, we are the essential members of the healthcare team and have a wide range of job opportunities. At the end of the session, I would like to tell you all, I would like to touch upon what are the opportunities you just get in the field of nutrition dietetics. So public health nutrition is primarily concerned with promoting and maintaining the nutritional health of the populations. The governments, either state government or central government, are ensuring sustainable access to adequate, safe and nutritious food, which meets the individual dietary needs and the food preference, which will help the individual to have an active, healthy life. Way back in 1920, Winslow defined public health as the science and art of preventing disease, thereby prolonging the life by promoting the health through the organized effort. If this can be organized effort, starts from an individual, from many organizations, from government, and they tell the society what are the informed healthy choices to become healthy. When we look at the mission or the aim of public health, The main aim is to provide maximum benefit to the larger number of population and not just for the individuals. And defined by Institute of Medicine, it is about fulfilling the society's interest in assuring the conditions in which people can be healthy without any disease. So we need, this public health needs a very holistic approach, which includes all the elements which are required to live healthy. It controls the disease by promoting the health, by doing early diagnosis and prompt treatment, in particular, this vitamin A deficiency, iron deficiency anemia, iron deficiency disorder. So we have a way of finding all these things at a very early stage and preventing the disability which are caused by the disease, promoting fast rehabilitation, promoting early rehabilitation to prevent the disability, and thereby finally preventing the disease from people getting affected. This public health mainly deals with a group of people rather than individuals, as I said earlier. What is the health status of Indian population? India is actually passing through demographic and environmental transition, which is adding to the burden of diseases. When we just look at the disease burden of India, this public health in India has been driven by communicable diseases. Though we have very significant achievements in the past and the present, I would pinpoint one particular disease, that is the incidence of polio virus. Now India is completely free for the last 7 to 9 years without polio virus. And I'm extremely happy that, because I am a victim of polio, and I'm extremely happy that India is completely free from polio, because it's not very easy to live a life with polio. The next one is about why polio is eradicated, because a complete immunization has been done. Though we have relieved from polio, there have not been comparable results in routine immunization, where the India's statistics of giving immunization is about 62%. The next challenge what we are facing till today is malaria. Malaria still poses a major health challenge. Although a reduction in malaria cases have been noted, still 9.5 in 2017, 9.5 million malaria cases are reported. The government of India has set a target in the year of 2030. We should completely eliminate, avoid having malaria. Even in the recent weeks, we are getting few cases of malaria in our hospital, which is, very deadly, and we have to be very, very careful while cooking the food for the patients in terms of water, in terms of food. It has to be completely prepared in a very hygienic manner to prevent malaria case. Next is about tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is about 42 patients are getting affected out of 1 lakh population in 1990, whereas now it is about 23 per 1 lakh. Still, we are contributing to about 25% of global burden with tuberculosis cases, which is about estimated about 2.8 million new cases are reported in India in 2018. The Global Tuberculosis Report of 2018 reports that 1/4 of the cases are in India when we look at globally. The next major threat is about the non-communicable diseases, which I'll be sharing in the future slides. So there is a triple burden of disease. What are the reasons to have triple burden? As I just suggested, unfinished agenda. We are targeting something, but we are unable to reach that target. Emerging NCDs related to lifestyles, and emerging new infectious diseases, the pandemics, COVID, we never expected. So this high burden of disease, disability, and death can only be addressed through a very effective public health system. So each and every one of us are there in the field of nutrition and dietetics, not only dietitians, the professors, the teachers, the dietitians who work with the government, the dietitians who work for the Anganwadis, ICDS. Every one of us has got a very huge role in promoting healthy eating among public. So ever increasing population with increased number of geriatric population. Remember the geriatric population where the energy requirements are met, other nutrients like proteins, fat, microminerals and vitamins remains the same. So it is very challenging for us to feed the geriatric population with the right quantity and quality of food. And of course, changing lifestyle with more urbanization. Many of us are, getting out of village to look for job in the, city areas, are putting pressure on environment and also on the nutritional requirements, which results in nutritional deficiency, poor sanitation, which will increase communicable and non-communicable diseases. So when we look at the risk factors of death, this chart gives you very clearly the top 4 risk factors which leads to death are, first one is high blood pressure. Recent Lancet have showed that there is increasing trend in the statistics of high blood pressure. The second one is smoking, high cholesterol, obesity. When we look at the top causes, as Sir said, Sir just now pinpointed that young man dying because of heart attack without any reason. So there is about 17% of young people are dying because of the heart attack. The next one, lung disease. Third one is stroke again, which is related with high blood pressure. Next one is pneumonia, the later diarrhea and tuberculosis. The rest of the diseases are diabetes, CKD, preterm birth and road injuries are the top 10 causes of death in India in the recent past. So coming to CVD, globally there is about 17 million people die because of CVD every year, which are contributed by 4 major risk factors. Please listen this very carefully. First one is unhealthy diet. Second one is physical inactivity. Almost half the populations are inactive because we are completely engaged in our work areas. Third one is tobacco. Fourth one is alcohol. The 2015-16 National Family Health Survey report says that 6.8% of women and 45% of men in the age group of 15 to 49 years use any kind of tobacco. It may be smokeless tobacco or smoking, smoker tobacco. When we look at this graph given by National Health Policy 2017 by Government of India, we can see that tobacco use is about 35% of people, and smokers is about 14% and 26% of smokeless tobacco, which really poses a great risk of getting many non-communicable diseases, particularly cancer. And coming to the double burden, as Uma Madam said, this is a double burden of obesity plus undernutrition. Hence, the WHO Task Force of Obesity, they have revamped our BMI only particularly for Asians. Since 2000, the BMI cutoff has been changed for Indians, Asians. Earlier, it was about the normal BMI cutoff was about 18.5 to 24.9, whereas 23 to 25, they say we come into overweight category. Almost every one of us will get into this category, and 25 to 30 kg BMI is class 1 obesity. 30 kg per meter square is about class 2 obesity. So this redefining, revamping of the obesity cutoff creates an obesity burden in urban India, which will rival Western nation and causes double burden of obesity. On the other hand, when you look at this undernutrition, underweight, you see the percentage. It is actually given state-wise. When you look at this, the peach color one, 27% of women are undernourished, that is underweight in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, etc. So these people are having a BMI below 18.5. Which poses a maternal mortality, because the right weight is very, very important for women to have a healthy family life. Though government have, given lot of, programs and, schemes to avoid this maternal mortality, still it remains 142 deaths per 1 lakh births. So still we are not successful, not meeting up. We are supposed to aim at 109. Whereas some states have indeed achieved this. Kerala at 61, Maharashtra at 68, and Tamil Nadu at 79. Whereas many other states have to, bring down the maternal mortality rate as government have decided to bring that in 2030 to bring down to 70 deaths per 1 lakh live births. So coming to underweight in children, again, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, almost ranging from 35% to 48% children are underweight. These are very, very, crucial and very serious to look at the data, and very, it just brings us to be more responsible, more cautious in spreading the information in the field of nutrition and dietetics. So coming to infant mortality, it is about 39 deaths per 1,000 live births. The actual estimate was 48 per 1,000 lives in 2015. Still, we are not very successful in achieving not more than 41 deaths per 1,000 live births in under 5 age group. Why? When you look at this information given in the box, only 89% of newborns were breastfed within 1 hour of birth. So it is so important that we need to spread the message more crucially, more loudly, that every infant should be breastfed after the delivery, within 1 hour of delivery. That's why August first week is being dedicated to spread the message of breastfeeding. Before getting into the transition of dietary habits of Indians, I would like to give you some statistics about non-communicable diseases, which is the major threat of, India. Diabetes, CVD, and cancers contribute very significantly to the disease burden. And as I said earlier, the risk factors are tobacco use, alcohol, lack of exercise, unhealthy diet. As directors have said, one more important thing which we should not forget is about mental health. Now, mental illness has been regarded as one of the major non-communicable diseases, calling for medication, treatment, long-term management. And we are also part of this mental health team of CMC. Every month we go to our mental health center to give diet consultation for the needy people, because after they initiate the medications, they might get into obesity, or they might get into hyperlipidemia because of the side effects of the medications. And every month, because every 1.5 months the admissions gets changed. So we pull out all the patients, we give a talk to the relatives to bring in a disciplined diet for them to become healthy. Approximately 5% of India's population is believed to have common mental disorder, with a further 1.5% of population has very severe mental disorder. The other one is anemia. Anemia in children is about 59.5%. Anemia in women is about 54.4%. Child overweight is about 11.5%, which is again alarming. And also about, every WHO countries and states are, taking a lot of initiatives to, to bring in, to reduce the hunger index. When we look at this 2019 Global Hunger Index, India is ranked 102 out of 117. Very long way to travel, and again reminds all the key members of nutrition and dietetics field to promote healthy eating among public. Next is about the transition. Why we are getting into this disease burden? What are the reasons? We Indians basically love food. We always, try to explore the new foods wherever we go. And we have lots of individual preferences and beliefs. The traditions, the environmental situations, the economic factors. Now the income is more. Everyone have lots of money, and we are ready to buy the preferred food. The fast-growing economy, a shift from the traditional to modern technologies, globalization, industrialization, constant travel across states, across countries, evolving taste, increased demands for fast and processed foods, because we all are very, very busy having a very sedentary life, and we just do not have adequate time to really do a elaborate cooking. And please remember, our diets are very, very low in MUFA, mono unsaturated fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids, very low in fiber, very high in saturated fatty acids, total, fats, refined carbs. It's very high in refined carbs and also high in omega-6 fatty acids. These are some of the reasons which leads to a drastic shift of the dietary habits of Indians, which led to many development of many non-communicable diseases. So this is a beautiful study done by Food and Agricultural Organization. They have done this study, analyzed the consumption patterns of various countries across the world over a period of 50 years. That's from 1961 to 2011. This statistic shows that average Indian is consuming more calories in terms of, when you look at the chart, 1961, it is about 2000 calories. When you look at the chart in 2011, it is about 2500 calories than we did 50 years ago. Furthermore, the consumption of the grains has reduced, while the average daily intake of sugar and fat has also been increased, which might be one of the reasons for the development of non-communicable diseases. Before getting into the right diet, I would like to tell you some of the revolutions which were evolved over time. The world's worst recorded food disaster is Bengal famine, which was in 1943. This was the time when India faced an acute shortage of food production and also gave very low priority to the food supply. After the World War II, what happened? Poverty and hunger were in abundance, resulting in protein energy malnutrition. Micronutrient deficiency disorders such as vitamin A deficiency caused night blindness, pellagra, anemia, goiter, and rickets. And after that, government have taken a lot of initiatives to almost prevent this. First one is about green revolution. When we had short of grains and cereals, then government have taken a lot of steps and they started promoting, the small millets. The food imports therefore concentrated on small cereal grains. Millets grown very locally, mainly the jowar, maize, then finger millets like ragi were grown along with the legumes, and they were trying to meet up the food supply of India. Traditionally, millets and wheat are unrefined, and rice was hand powdered and parboiled, ensuring better retention of vitamin, particularly B vitamins, minerals, fiber, and it has lots of phytonutrients and also antioxidants, which prevents many of the diseases. As locally grown crops, again, it could not meet up the growing population demand. Thereby, it led to agricultural revolution, which is otherwise called as green revolution, promoted record grain output and ensured self-sufficiency in grain and reduced the hunger in India. So they mainly focused on cereal grain production, especially wheat and rice, to reduce the hunger. And this small millet did not meet up the requirement. So slowly there was a less production of these small millets. So what happens while agricultural revolution on one side, there was a wave of rapid industrialization, changed the scenario further. For fast food supply, and also many grains got wasted, so they just want to improve the shelf life of grains. So cereals were started, getting ground, milled, polished, and processed. The intake of polished white rice and refined wheat flour eventually resulted in loss of fiber and micronutrients from our diets, where again led to many NCDs. See, not only this industrial revolution, there is yellow and white revolution as well had happened, which I'll share in the future slides. This industrial revolution added to the changing food pattern in the country by introducing bakery food products prepared mainly from hydrogenated fats, which is again not very good for the health, and trans fats. These are the major culprits that cause cardiac disorders and insulin resistance. Thereby now, globally we have about 17 million people dying because of CVD. So next is about the white revolution, which had happened in the 1970s, made milk and milk products easily available to the community. The usage of ghee, butter, the cottage cheese, and the cheese enhanced the diet, especially of the urban Indians. And many people, many well-to-do communities, they started eating more amount of milk and milk products like ghee, cream, cheese, and paneer, which are rich sources of saturated fatty acids, which led to obesity and other related heart diseases. Along with this white, Yellow revolution have been added. I would say yellow revolution means it's the sunflower crop production. In 90s, there is more production of sunflower, plants. Thereby we started using sunflower oil. So the change in the diet pattern related to fat intake in the population was not just dependent on white revolution, and also it's a combined effect of white and yellow revolutions. And also there is higher production of sugar cane, and a rise in sugar industries led to production of sugar confectionaries, candies, sweetened aerated beverages, resulting in consumption of empty calories. And please remember, one sugary drink a day will lead to LADA. LADA is nothing but latent autoimmune diabetes in adults, which shares both the characteristics of type 1 and type 2 diabetes, where they should be on insulin as well as oral medications, which actually threat a huge, responsibility on dietitians to spread the message that sugary drinks are not good for health, and sugar is not a mandate commodity, mandate nutrient to be consumed on a daily basis. Later added on many processed and convenience foods, pickle, papad, now which are easily available, added to the salt intake, thus increasing the occurrence of hypertension. Remember, hypertension stands the first risk factor of death in India still. Next, I would like to touch upon this yellow revolution. This is in oil seeds, started in the year of 1998 and 99. And when we were in schools, during this festive season, especially Diwali season, when we enter the home, we get one nice aroma of the groundnut oil. They prepare murukku, mixture, all those stuff, and we get a nice aroma. Later, that aroma was suddenly vanished. Why? We started preparing snacks in sunflower oil, where there is no aroma, no color, no odor. It was at the same time that Oilseed Production Trust Project was initiated by the government to accelerate the production of major oilseeds like groundnut, mustard, soybean, and sunflower. The quality of fat in terms of essential fatty acids and an appropriate ratio of omega-3 and omega-6 is very much essential to maintain good health, whereas in sunflower oil, it is not the right one. A community-based study published recently in India based on surveys carried out and showed that almost 63% of Chennai population has shifted to sunflower oil from the traditional groundnut and sesame seed oil. And in the recent, I would say after COVID, we have become more cautious and we started adapting many traditional oils and traditional foods, which are very encouraging. And I'm sure it is going to be very helpful in reducing the NCDs in the future. This I just want to highlight why sunflower oil alone is not good. Sunflower oil in combination with other traditional oils are very healthy. Use of omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acid rich oil like sunflower, safflower can aggravate the risk of obesity and its consequences, particularly in the Asian Indian population who habitually consumes a cereal staple diet consisting of refined grains with low intakes of omega-3 fatty acids. That's why I said the transition made us to eat less of omega-3 and more of omega-6, less of, MUFA, more of saturated fatty acids and less of, the whole cereals. The use of oils such as groundnut, sesame, mustard, and even soya or blend of oil seem to be a better option, as it can ensure an optimal ratio of saturated, monounsaturated, omega-3 and omega-6 and reduce the risk of metabolic problems, which is a pre-event that lead to diabetes and CVD. So what is the need of the hour? Why we need to be more cautious? There is a lot of processed food. There is a lot of convenience food which have entered the market targeting the younger generation. Yesterday was National Youth Day. So you have to take a pledge that you will not eat much of processed, much of convenience food, and homemade products are always very healthy, and reduce the two white poisons, the sugar and the salt. Even recently, our CM, Stalin sir, have introduced a scheme saying that Satre Kuraipum. It was shown as Satre Kuraipum. What to Satre Kuraipum? What to take less? It is all about our salt, sugar, and the fat. So government has been taking a lot of initiatives to bring in good health among community, and we have to listen to the government, and every citizen is equally important to create a healthy India, not just the professionals or the experts in India. What are we supposed to do? Improve the intake of colorful green, yellow, orange vegetables, and fruits is becoming pitiably low due to their higher prices, seasonality, and farm wastage. So we should encourage every one of us to use the seasonal fruits and vegetables so that we can bring down the price as well. And remember, the recent survey says that we consume calories, only 10% of calories being consumed through fruits and vegetables. For example, let's take 2000 calories. 10% is around 200 calories. So we consume only 200 calories through fruits and vegetables. The rest 1800 is through cereal and fat, sugar, and so on. So please remember, the pharmacological and technological advances cannot replace the healthy diets, and physical activity as the means to safeguard against both under and overnutrition. And walking is also very less. Earlier, we used to prepare the food. Later, everybody started working, so we get something from the restaurants. Now, sitting in the couch at home, and we are ordering so many things. We are not even taking a vehicle and going and reaching the restaurant. So there is no activity at all. So please download some authentic app to watch your steps. At least aim for 5,000 steps. The target should be 10,000, but at least aim for 5,000 steps in a day. There are plenty of apps which will tell us the steps what we just walk in a day. So it will be worthwhile for us to consider going back to our traditional diets for controlling the modifiable risk factors, particularly the dietary pattern and the physical activity. Thereby, we can tackle the emerging epidemic of chronic diseases of India. So who are in the group who are supposed to work in public health? What are they doing? So it's a team of, very effective multidisciplinary team involves of biostatistician who gives the vital statistics of all the diseases, mortality rate, morbidity rate, and so on. The dietitian who spreads the message, the professors of nutrition who spreads the message to the public, and environmental health specialist will tell us like what kind of crops can be, grown in the society to, prevent pollution and the soil. We are literally spoiling the soilage the virtuality of the soil. The fourth one is behavioral health specialist who will, improve the mental health of the population. So I would like to focus now on who is a public health dietitian, or they are called as community dietitian, and what is the qualification required, and what are their responsibilities in the nation. So basically, this public health dietitian, they run health and nutrition education programs and seminars. They also provide nutrition and health information to the media. These dietitians work to improve the eating habits, health, and well-being of the community, and they work in community health centers. When we talk about this community dietitian, we should not forget the role of CDPOs in the in the state. CDPO, they are Child Development Project Officers who are responsible for the implementation of government initiatives related to the development and welfare of children in the areas of nutrition, health, education, and protection. They closely work with the government and other civil society organizations, and they ensure that the community receives the the children of the community receives the rights and the needs of the nutrition. They are directly involved in the health promotion, prevention, policy formulation focusing on families, groups, and populations. They minimize the risk of nutrition-derived illness and health inequalities. So CDPOs, they ensure that the rights and needs of the children are met in the areas where they work. They go hand in hand with the government, state governments. And the people who work in Anganwadi and ICDS, they just go work along with the central governments, and they bring in a lot of benefits to the women and children in the community. Why women and children? Still, we are very, very vulnerable. That is why, government is more focusing on women and children. When a woman is healthy, the whole family is going to be healthy. When a woman is educated, the whole family is going to be benefited, which we should not forget. So these community dietitians are trained to develop programs, promote healthier food choices to the specific groups of people such as children or senior citizens. They assess the nutritional needs of these groups and suggest resources on healthful diets that are easily accessible. And in Western countries, if you see, they have multiple programs, for the senior citizens, and they go give the ration, complete ration for them. They deliver it to doorstep and they make sure that they all are healthy. They may also help food service workers enforce dietary restrictions. Yes, they talk to the, like I'm part of this Vellore Collectorate Food and Drug Department, where quarterly they conduct meetings, call every one of us who are involved in the food industry, and they tell us to reduce less fat, less sugar, no colors, no preservatives. All these instructions are being given by the food safety officers. Community dietitians, they also work in a health clinic, fitness center, public health agency, or a corporate wellness program, where they spread the good message of nutrition. So how to become a community dietitian? Students, all of you should remember that we have multiple opportunities in the society. Don't think we don't have opportunities. We have plenty of opportunities in the market, in the society, if you have the interest. The qualification, what we need to become a community dietitian, it includes one bachelor degree in the field of nutrition or relevant field. It may be home science, or it may be clinical nutrition, or it may be, family and community nutrition, any field related to nutrition. So experienced dietitians who has a very strong knowledge, will make decisions for the larger communities. Another way to increase the employment opportunity is to become a registered dietitian. This requires education, the master's degree, the experience, that is 5 years of experience in a hospital, and they have to clear exam. I think soon we will be reviving with RD exams. IDA is sincerely working on that. Fulfilling the duties of a community dietitian also requires proper communication. See, whatever we want, we can talk, but it has to be reachable. So one message we need to take to tell the community, we should not take 3-4 messages at a shot and talk to them. We need to take only one message, and it has to be communicated very clearly. And they need to have analytical skills, the ability to travel, because the CDPOs, they travel a lot to go to different centers, different Anganwadi centers, ICDS centers, and then they make sure that the needs of the children are met in a proper way. And they may be additional works to government in a government office. They can work in government office as well and corporate offices as well to make sure that the employees' health. So these are the skills which are required by a community dietitian. We just cannot say that if they know about public health or public health issues or public health nutrition, they can get into. They should have wide variety of knowledge in the field of medical nutrition. They should know what is the MNT for the different diseases, health education. They should know about heart disease and diet, community health and diet, how to manage disease, the eating disorders. Now, just many cases are coming to CMC, the eating disorders. Earlier only we used to get girl children. Now there are more of boy children coming into the hospital for getting treated for the eating disorders. That is because of the technology. They see lots of apps, download it, check the calorie, check the protein. Whenever they eat something, they get, so impulsive. They just want to check very frequently what are they eating, what is doing, what are those foods doing into the body. So we get a lot of boy children getting admitted in CMC for eating disorder treatment. And they should know about weight management. They should know about different nutrition services which are being promoted and developed by state and central government. So what are their responsibilities? Manage the anemia status of patients by reviewing necessary lab data and initiating or adjusting medication doses, which is happening in all the body centers and ICDS centers. Provide nutrition education and diet counseling to participants, groups, and individuals. Every CDPO, they make sure that they meet the population on a very regular basis, and they just talk to them on various topics which are related to nutrition and dietetics. They provide basic nutrition education and teach nutrition classes in the rural community. They bring in all of the women together and they just talk about nutrition and dietetics. They monitor nutrition status, lab values, diet tolerance, motivate them to adhere to dietary modifications or the right healthy diet. Of course, yes, later it is all about community nutrition, community dietitian, and people like me will get into a hospital and we work as administrative dietitians who will manage the food production, distribution, and make sure that high quality meals and snacks will, goes to the patients who are really very sick and needy. And also we make sure that right hygiene and safety standards has been followed while preparing the foods. Otherwise, the patients will become more sick. And we always have a sample of the recipes what we just make in the hospital to make sure that, if FSSA officer or somebody comes in, we should be ready to, show the recipes what we have prepared. And if there is any problem in the hospital, immediately they will just target the food and then it has to go to the microbiology lab to make sure that our food is not the culprit of causing either diarrhea or vomiting and so on. So we manage food service departments in hospitals and other healthcare facilities. Dietitians are working in schools and universities, and they do have now many women entrepreneurship are there in the field of nutrition, promote lots of healthy millet products, healthy millet biscuits, powders, and so on, which is very encouraging for all women to get into that business if they don't want to get attached to any institution or hospital. Coming to the placements, dietitians, they can do their own business, as I said earlier, just now, and they can work in industry where they can assist the private sector with research, development, marketing, and consumer education. Some of our students are working in many pharma companies where they are developing new products which are related to nutrition, where those powders are going to be very helpful to feed the sick patients or who are having very less nutrition or who are unable to eat oral food. These supplements will help them. Dietitians will work in government. They develop nutrition and food policy based on scientific evidence in consultation with the stakeholder groups. They also direct and administer nutrition programs and services and work at the federal, state, local government or community level. These are some of the opportunities for the dietitians to work in industries and government. And some other, of course, yes, the professors are there in the group. They get into education. They teach about nutrition, food chemistry, food service administration to students in the field of nutrition and dietetics, nursing, medicine, pharmacy, or the food and the hospitality industry. These courses are taught at various levels in elementary school, secondary school, college, university, and hospitals. Next is about research dietitians. Now, many dietitians are wanted in the field of research to plan and direct research projects, which will ultimately enhance patient care and improve the cost effectiveness of food service. Universities, healthcare facilities, and industries all support research by dietitians. So this is a very interesting picture which I have just got. Government take a lot of initiatives. When you see patients in the hospital, they get royal treatment. And they go out of disease by getting the right treatment and the nutrition. Whereas when you look at the bottom of the iceberg, what the doctors don't see, the patients in the community, they might have mild or no symptoms. Or they will take self-treatments, treatment elsewhere. These people are the potential spreaders. So it is so important that we need to educate the community that if they have even mild symptoms, they cannot treat them on their own and they should go to the right professional to get consultation to a doctor or a dietitian. When it comes to diet, please, we need to be very strict with the public that they should not go by the blogs and blogs, what is there in the YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Everybody, as Uma said, every one of them become a MD or MS or a MSc dietitian or a PhD dietitian, and they just spell out whatever they want, and it is not evidence-based science at all. So please remember, we need to check. Students, even when you check information about nutrition, you should go to the authentic site. You should look for evidence-based information about nutrition and dietetics. So these are some of the essentials. Very few slides left, 1 or 2 slides left. I know it's a very long session. These are the essential services taken by the government to improve the health of public. They monitor the health status to identify community health problems. For example, they just look for vitamin A deficiency, PEM, iron deficiency, iron deficiency, and so on. And they have lots of methods to diagnose and investigate the health problems and health hazards in the community. Later, they inform, educate, and empower people about health issues through the professionals in the field of nutrition and dietetics. They mobilize community partnership to identify and solve health problems. They develop various policies. So the recent one is, Sustainable Developmental Goals, also known as global goals, where, it is adapted by the UN nation in the 2015, which is a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all the people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. So Niti Aayog is responsible for the overall implementation of sustainable developmental goals in our country. So here they just want to end hunger, achieve food security, improve the nutrition. When we had this COVID incidents, we were really worrying that many million of people were dying because of COVID. But please remember, not just during the pandemic, on a day-to-day life, we are losing many lives because of hunger, because of cancer, and many other dreadful diseases. So it is not just one pandemic we have to, awake, and then we need to, look for traditional methods of, diet or, exercise or, any other ways to improve the health. Every day we need to look for a proper way to take care of our health. By 2030, end hunger and ensure access by all people, in particular the poor and people in the vulnerable sections, including infants, to have safe, nutritious, sufficient food all the year around. By 2030, end all the forms of malnutrition, including achieving by 2025 the internationally agreed targets on stunting and wasting in children under 5 of age, and also address the nutritional needs of all adolescent girls, pregnant, lactating, and older persons in India. So Niti Aayog, this is the forum which is very sincerely working to bring down the global hunger percentage of India, and also improve the overall health status of women, children, and elderly population. So government tries to link people into personal health services and assure the provision of healthcare, assure a competent public health and public care workforce, evaluate them. After implementing the programs, the government is very keen in evaluating the effectiveness, accessibility, and the quality of services given for the public, and lot of research for the new insights and innovative solutions to health problems. Now, bunch of scientists, they are very sincerely to eradicate tuberculosis in India. So they continuously work on to eradicate tuberculosis in India. There was a recent report last week in Hindu about tuberculosis eradication. So what are the workplaces in a nutshell? Dietitian can work in hospital, rehabilitation center, medical clinics, along with your family physicians. We can sit with the doctor. In many clinics, we can start a polyclinic where we can sit with 3-4 doctors and we can just give diet consultation and earn money. We can work in community health center, home care services. The nursing homes look for dietitians nowadays. Health education, we involves in public health agencies, employees who works in school cafeterias or hospital cafeterias. They look for dietitians to put in standards of nutrition while preparing the food. Military food, military is looking for dietitians very regularly. Then food industries, catering, hospitality industries, pharmaceutical industries, universities and colleges, and the medias are looking for dietitians to propagate the right message to the society. We can work as individual consultant after clearing RD exam, and other government departments and agencies also looking for dietitians. Even this food safety officers, they are just looking for dietitians as well. So these are some of the reference I have just worked out, looked for while working out for this presentation. I'm sure that I have done at least 10% of justice, because this is not my core area. Still, I just wanted to take up and look for information. One key information which we should not forget: please disseminate the right information. Look for evidence-based information when we talk about, when we share information to the public. This is my humble request to every one of us. Don't just hear and listen and here and there you get the information and then spread. Don't do that, and spread only the right information in the WhatsApp as well. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful opportunity, and looking forward. I'm very glad that this is the first session in your college. And thank you, Selvaraj sir, for accepting, me as a speaker while Alameli ma'am was approaching you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. You have given a lucid presentation with a clear note on the topic of building bridges through dietitian to impact community health. And also you covered each and every aspect to promote dietitians in community field. I'm sure dietitian and nutritionist being the participant in this webinar learned a lot about community health, and it will be helpful for their practical life also. And you described at last what is public health, nutrition, community nutrition, and required skills, counseling techniques, what are the placement. Really, it's very helpful, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Dear participant, if you have any questions means you can ask.
You can
This
put
is
questions
hello.
in the chat box as well.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
This is Dr. Kayalvidi. Thank you so much, Dr. Manimegle, for this wonderful session. Though you are a clinician, your session was very much interesting and informative. Within a short span, you have done contributed so much. It is a learn, unlearn, and relearn process. My core area is community nutrition. I'm very much interested in that. Only one thing I would like to is there is any AI tools in the field of nutrition. Will you please share with us in future, right now or in future
For what,
also?
ma'am? Tool for what?
AI tools.
Artificial intelligence. Any artificial intelligence?
Actually,
AI tools.
Actually, now there are multiple apps coming in the market. So the artificial intelligence, where we can just take a click of our food, what we just eat, and it will spell out the calories and proteins and all the micro minerals. But long way to go, Kyle ma'am. The apps, what we just, even NIN also, they have just, developed a new app, but it is not actually working. But NutriTube tool, which has been developed by NIN, is actually a right tool to look for information about the nutrients, because that is based on NIN ICMR 2017 IFCT tables.
Okay. And for this diet calorie, do you have in CMC some softwares and other thing? Because previously AIMS, when dietitian she prepared with the new nutritive value, is there any software to analyze?
With the new nutritive value, actually speaking, we haven't done.
Okay.
So for us, it just comes like that. So we have a ready reckoner. If you want, I can just share that and we calculate on the table.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. We are also doing manual only. We are doing it. Is there any advancement and other thing? Because one side we are talking about 3D footprinting, one side we are talking about advanced medical and nutritional care, and still what you said, no. So we have to work a lot in the field of public health.
On 10th, I was invited as a speaker for biotechnology in Shastra University, where they had 3D printing of 38 ingredients of millets. Millets. So they have done a product. It's like a bites they have just prepared by using 3D printing.
Ma'am, if you want, please share the link also. We would like to join if we are free. Otherwise, YouTube link also. We would like to listen to you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. We had a very detailed panel discussion where biotechnologist was there. I was there to answer few of the questions, and the person who prepared the millet-based bites also was there.
After listening to you, we are planning for BOS, ma'am. I think the students can be posted in rural setup, community setup also, actually for a short span. We are sending the students for internship, for hospitals and hotel and FSMD. So 1 week or 10 days, the students can be exposed to community also, I think.
Yeah.
I will talk to my
We
teacher.
had all that, no, Dr. Kyle.
Yeah.
We had that. We had a 15 days community nutrition participation in a compulsory mode. We'll be there deputed in one of the adopted village, and we'll be working, we'll be doing the survey, we'll be spotting the necessary action that has to be taken in the nutrition wise. probably whatever that could fit into our syllabus and stipulated time, we'll do our best.
Yeah.
Thank you
After,
so
I am
much for the
saying that
wonderful
after
and
listening
amazing
to it, it
presentation.
can be posted.
It was so
That's all.
nice. And regarding AI also, it is, yeah, we are working and there are few people who have already worked in AI and they have come out with ready reckoners. And that is also happening. And with food service, one of my PhD candidate is working on developing an app. Probably that is also in process. And this, as you said, is a long way to go.
Yeah.
And that is why we conduct such kind of webinars so that student will now try to tap in what way like they have to proceed further for their career or for the research also. Thank you so much, Mani.
There are a few questions in the chat box. Can I answer?
Actually,
Yeah,
I like
ma'am, there is one
to
question in
share
chat
one
box
point
from
with
Pavitra.
our
What is the
director's
correct
permission.
ratio of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids?
Wait. Kanchana, wait. Ma'am is talking.
Yeah, okay.
Kanchana, 1 minute.
Yeah,
With
ma'am.
our director's guidance and leadership, we have now deputed our second PG students for internship. And now I'm really thankful for the hoteliers for permitting our 28 students to attend this webinar as they have understood the role of dietitians too. Now, on behalf of our institute and department, we are really grateful for them. And since because the time is actually 4:30, the students have once again reported for their work to intern. And in my personal chat, they have extended the heartfelt thanks to our director, to you and to our department for conducting such a program that was so useful them, which was so useful for them. But they are also feeling that they are not able to unmute or join and give some feedback or ask some questions. Anyhow, we'll keep in touch with you and the students will always have a close association with all the dietitians like you, Mani, Uma, so that they can get inputs anytime. Thank you all so much. Now over to Kanchana for any questions that is being
Yeah, ma'am, one question is
YouTube also.
So what is the correct ratio of omega-3 and omega-6?
and omega-6.
Earlier. So we are eating very less of omega-3 and more of omega-6. So the ratio should be 1.5:1.
So we have come to the end of the session.
Any questions in YouTube also you may check once and then we can come to the end of this session.
One question, ma'am. Is there any specific RDA for children's?
Yes. Recent RDA, 2020 RDA. RDA has been revised in 2020. And very soon, in few months, they are going to release again. In, I think, 2 or 3 months, we'll be getting the new version of RDA again. RDA starts for children, starts from 0 to 6 months. It goes till 18 years. So it's 0 to 6 months, then we have 6 to 12 months, 1 to 3 years, then 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12. It just goes on till 18 years. For boys and girls separately after the age of 9.
If no questions in YouTube, then we may proceed to the next part of the webinar.
Yes.
Ma'am, before end the session, we will take a group pic with our eminent speaker and director, sir, ma'am. Participant, kindly turn on your videos. We will take a pic. Everyone can turn on your videos.
And ask them to wait till, and you can wait till she says okay, because she is clicking the pic.
Shall we conclude, ma'am?
Yes.
Now I would like to invite Ms. Varshini, second MSc, Clinical Food Service Management Dietetics in Kanjuma Munivar Government Postgraduate Institute to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of staff and students of the PG Department of Home Science, Kanjima Munivar Center for Postgraduate Studies and Research, I, G. Varshni, First PG Food Service Management Dietetics, extend my gratitude to Dr. M. Selvaraj, Director, Kanjima Munivar Center for Postgraduate Studies and Research, for giving us this opportunity to organize this event, Dietetics Day, in a short span of time, and for presiding and inaugurate the event. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to Dr. P.J. Pottakad, National Vice President of Indian Association for Parenteral and Enteral Nutrition, Professor, Department of Surgical Gastroenterology, JITMER, Puducherry, for allowing us to collaborate this event with IAPEN. Thank you so much, sir. On this occasion, I also extend my gratefulness to Dr. Anisha Cherian, President of Puducherry Chapter, Professor, Department of Anesthesiology and Critical Care, JITMER, Puducherry, for her support and inspiring talk. Thank you, ma'am. My heartfelt thanks to Mrs. Manimegle, Senior Lecturer and Head of the Department of Quality Manager, Department of Dietetics, Christian Medical College, Vellore, for spending her valuable knowledge and time with us. Thank you, ma'am. Our honest and sincere gratitude to Dr. S. Alamelu Mangai, Assistant Professor and Head of the Department of PG, Kanjima Munivar Government Institute for Postgraduate Studies and Research, EC member of IAPEN, for organizing this event on the occasion of Dietetics Day and welcoming the gathering. Thank you so much, ma'am, for initiating such event for our department. A warm wishes to Mrs. Uma Shankari, D. Secretary, IAPEN, Puducherry Chapter, Assistant Dietitian, Department of Dietetics, JITMER, Puducherry, for her introduction on Dietetics Day. Thank you, ma'am. I also extend my gratitude to Ms. Kanchana, Treasurer, IAPEN, Dietitian, Department of Oncology, JITMER, for moderating the event in a fantastic manner. Words are not enough to thank our staff, Dr. Kyle Balamurugan, Professor, EC member of IAPEN, Dr. Sujita Somakiruba, Assistant Professor, and Dr. Rajni Chenolian, Assistant Professor, for organizing this event and participants of this event. For without them, this program is not successful. Last but not the least, I thank Indian Association for Parenteral and Enteral Nutrition for their extensive technical support in a short period of time. Thanks to all the participants for your overwhelming response in Zoom as well as in YouTube. Once again, thanks to one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for all. Thank you. And happy Pongal. Greetings to all.
Happy Pongal.
Thank you, sir. Happy Pongal to all of you.
And before just concluding, I just want to say a few words. I'm glad that today I just, had a chance to meet Kanchana. I think she's working along with Uma, and Uma is our one of the brilliant students and who is actually walking in the path of CMC. We have many students, but still, who is really very active in a forum like us is Uma. So she's my first batch of student when I came to CMC as a faculty. So I'm very proud of you, Uma. Keep rocking.
Thank you very much.
And of course, my professor, I don't have any words to say. She is the motivator and, mentor and who really, and we are just, doing a bit of justice to them, to our profession.
God bless you, Mani.
Thank you.
For these wonderful words.
And thank you, Kyle ma'am, Rajni ma'am, and
Sujita ma'am.
and thank you, Director sir.
Happy
and,
to have you here,
a special
Mani.
thanks
Very
to
happy to have you here.
and Dr. Biju, please convey my regards to Dr. Biju Uma and Dr. Anusha as well. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Nice,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir,
Thank you,
thank you
Tom.
so much, sir.
Thank
Happy
you.
Pongal to you.
Happy
And
Pongal,
thank
ma'am.
you for sparing this Saturday with us.
No, no, no.
I am always be here, madam. Now, don't
Yes,
worry.
sir, I will know that.
Thank you. Thank
In
you.
spite
Thank
of
you.
your busy schedule, you are fully participating in our event webinar.
Thank you, madam. With
Thank
pleasure.
you so much,
The
sir.
topic is like that only. That is
Yes,
why.
sir.
Need
Thank
of the
you,
hour.
sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Uma. Thank you
Thank
for
you, ma'am.
sparing this time and not moving to your native place and being with us on this webinar. I can understand that. Thank you, Sujita ma'am. Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, Rajni. I can't wait to thank Kanchana, right? She's an alumni and really.
He has done all the.
Yeah, she has done everything in spite of all the thing. She's on like shutter. She will be calm and quiet and she will carry out all the activities. Good and glad. Good event and good going. To all the participants,
thank you, one and all.
students,
Thank you.
and all the other
Bye,
faculties,
Manima.
our PhD scholars and faculty members who have joined from other institutes. Dr. Savita, I could see. And even so many other persons. Thank you all. Thank you all once again. And we will be there for some time for people to fill the feedback link.
Yeah, already shared, ma'am, in chat box.
Okay, please, Dr. Savita is asking for the feedback link. Post here and as well as in the group and in the YouTube also.
Okay, ma'am.
We'll wait
I'll
for
take
some
a leave.
time.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
Uma.
யாரோ
Bye,
கேக்குறாங்க தனியா கேக்குறாங்க will the feedback link be posted ma'am for the attendance groupல போட்டு விட்டுருங்க.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm leaving.
Yeah, ma'am.
WhatsApp மணி உங்களுக்கு நாளைக்கு
Take care, Mani, ma'am.
Bye, 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 Uma. Ma'am, I'll leave. Bye, ma'am. Bye,
okay take care.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, students, for your patient listening. Bye, bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
நம்ம இந்த சாட்லயும் போட்டுட்டியா காஞ்சனா? எனக்கு இங்க கொஞ்சம் தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது. லிங்க் போட்டுட்டீனா குரூப்லயுமே கொஞ்சம் போட்டுறேன். வர்ஷினி வண்டர்ஃபுல்லா பண்ண வர்ஷினி.
Yeah, thank you.
சூப்பர்பா பண்ண. Good. Thanks to Rajni for all this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Shall I give end, ma'am?
ஆமா எல்லாரும் எடுத்திருப்பாங்களா? லிங்க் எடுத்திருப்பாங்கன்னா நம்ம எண்ட் பண்ணிரலாமா?
Yes, ma'am.